In order to manage your items on your event, you'll first navigate to the Items tab. From here, you'll note that you have these summary boxes at the very top, breaking down each item type and providing you specific stats to keep you up to date in real time. Next, we'll come to our menu options here, so we can begin adding items by clicking our Add Item button. We can also shop for marketplace items, and we can also update statuses, reorder items, delete items, and print item cards, all from our bulk actions menu. Lastly, we have our View Auction Winners report, which we'll review at the end of this recording. On the right-hand side over here, you'll note that you have different options to sort by. Keep in mind, these sort bys are only going to provide you the sort on the manager portal. So this will not adjust the order on the event site, as that is found under our bulk actions menu. Lastly, we have our filter button over here, so we can easily filter any items that are closed, open in preview mode, also any items that haven't yet met reserve, paid or unpaid, and I use this most frequently with filtering the item type, so silent auction, live auction, raffle, fixed, and vote to donate items. Also, you can filter your marketplace items as well at the very end to make it nice and easy to complete your information for the winners of those items. Heading down here, we will go ahead and review this first auction item here. You'll note on each individual item tile, it will say the item type here, and it will also show that on the event site as well. So if we click into this round of golf for 4, you'll note that you can easily add in an item and then select the item type from the 4 categories here, and then it'll take you to the item details. So you'll need to input an item title. You can skip the item code, as that will generate automatically. You can also utilize our pink button here, which is again to note our description writer, our AI generated description. Heading on down here, you'll note that there's a space for an item card description. Now this description is what will actually print on an item card and does have a limit for the character count due to size. On this first description here, this can be unlimited, and that is because it's shown on the item on the event site, and so people can scroll through and read all about it. So if it is a particular trip, you can include all of the details and blackout dates. And then again, on the item card description, just a brief description to really catch someone's attention and making them want to place a bid. Next, we have our donor of that particular item. There are 2 places that you could recognize the donor, either here by recognizing their name, or if we scroll down to the bottom and maybe it was actually one of our sponsors that donated the item, you can also select from those preloaded sponsors as well. Heading back up here though, the next space is where you'll include your retail value. So on your retail value, this will actually help determine the starting bid and the bid increment for each individual item. Note in these 3 dots here, again, that's another menu option. You can actually decide if you'd like to display that retail value. You can display it as priceless, or you can select not to display that retail value at all. You can also set a buy it price if you'd like. However, our best practice is to leave this empty, as it will create a ceiling for that particular item. So therefore, you may actually miss out on higher bids due to setting the buy it price too low. Taxes and shipping, these are both optional here, and our best practice is actually to create a separate either fixed or vote to donate item for your shipping cost, as these are charged automatically to whomever the winner is. So even if they are a local and they're collecting that item that night, if a shipping cost is associated with the item, they will actually have to pay for that cost. Next, we have our item images. So you can add up to 9 images. You can also utilize our AI image generator here, again, notated with that pink button. And you can easily click and then add in your items or add in your images. You can also update your advanced crop here. And next we come to our tags. And this is something that we do suggest you filter or create at most maybe 5 tags for your event. That way it makes it nice and easy for people to filter based on those 5 tags. So maybe it's experiences or sports or food and beverage, jewelry, just large categories that really can capture a lot of those items within them. Next, we have our minimum bid and bid increment. Again, these are both generated from your retail value up top here. It will automatically set it to 30%, and then it will set it to 8% of that retail value. Now you can always adjust these at any time, and so maybe I want it to be a little bit higher, so I'll do $30 as my bid increment. And then if I'd like to publish this item now, I would select yes. If I want to keep all of my items hidden as I continue working on them, maybe get them proofread by somebody else, I would keep this item as unpublished, and I can click Save and Close. Now you'll note on each individual item tile, again, there's a menu option here, which is signified by those 3 dots, that ellipsis with that circle. So here you'll see that you have options on the back end to either place a bid, maybe on behalf of somebody. You can print the individual item card, view that item page. You can automatically set it to preview, or if it was already in preview mode, you can set it to open. You can also close it, delete the item, share it, publish, and copy that item. So a lot of different options for changing that status and editing that individual item here. Yeah, and again, you'll see those on each individual item tile. One thing to note is on our raffle tickets, you'll see that we do have some bundled raffle options. So again, our ticket price you would set here. Ticket quantity will automatically be set to 1, so I always like to change that to a much higher number. That way those tickets do not sell out. And then you've got your retail value. You can also set a max per purchaser. And here we have a 3-ticket bundle price or a 5-ticket bundle price. That is, if you'd like to use those, you would just enter in the price of that bundle. If not, you would leave those empty. And again, you can add up to 9 images for your raffle item. And another different option here is that you can show it on your event ticketing. So that will actually populate on that ticket modal on the event site. Oh, and it looks like here we actually have a pending donation. So we can even take a look at this, college admissions, and see exactly what item we want that to be, and then select that as somebody has actually gone ahead and donated an item to my event site using the item donation form. Also, things to note on the side here, these are your item reserve logic. So we have it again at 30% and 8%, as these are the industry standard. However, you can always change that. And then as you begin adding additional items, it will follow this logic. Keep in mind, it won't retroactively update any of the items that you have already entered into the system. Heading back up top here, let's walk through our bulk actions menu here as we have our select and deselect all items. So again, if we were to select all items, it'll all check them off in blue here. And then we can easily update their status since they're all selected. So we could potentially set them to preview mode, which allows everyone to be able to view those items without actually being able to place a bid. Again, our publish and unpublish, so making it visible or hidden, open and close. We can also, now that we've selected all items, go ahead and print our item cards. So these will actually all print in they'll build it in a PDF, and they'll print on 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper. They will have your item image, the code, and also that QR code so people can easily scan and then begin bidding on that item. Because I've elected to show that retail value, it is shown here also on your item card. You'll also see that it recognizes who it was donated by. Heading back to our bulk actions menu, we also have our item catalog, which has a shortened summary version with all of your QR codes on that catalog. You'll also note that we do have an option for bulk importing items. So if we wanted to import items as auction items, we would just view our example CSV and build out that CSV following those guidelines and then click upload. Lastly, we have our reorder option. So again, this is how we can go ahead and reorder the items on the event site. One of our best practices here is that about an hour or maybe even an hour and a half before your auction closes, I like to come here and move the no bid items to the top. This works especially well if you have quite a few items and maybe some people stop scrolling and miss some of those items at the bottom and therefore they actually have no bids. We'll go ahead and put them right to the top and then we'll click save, and then we can actually send out another items link saying check out these awesome items that maybe don't have any bids on them, really to capture everyone's attention. Next, we'll head to our View Auction Winners. So this is our auction winners report, in which case it would actually have all of your winners' names listed here, the highest bid or the winning bid that they won it for, the item name, and you can easily see those item codes listed here, the item type, paid status, and then also you'll be able to mark it as picked up once it has been paid, so you'll have a little checkbox here. You can also choose to edit which columns you're viewing right here. And you can also filter maybe those that are unpaid. So this is always a great report to utilize post-event right at the very end if you are grouping items together based by the winner, or you'd like to print a report maybe after the night of the event and you have a different day for pickup, or some people haven't yet picked up items, you can always go ahead and filter and then print that or download it as a CSV or Excel and then print that report to work off of for your remote checkout. You'll also note that you can send payment links, and you can also send a pickup message right from this tab or this report as well. Your pickup message, just to note, is only going to go to those that have actually won an item. So again, it's really easy to be able to message everyone at once that has won an item by clicking send now. And you can also ensure that everyone pays for their items utilizing these payment links. Keeping in mind that once the payment link has been sent and someone has paid, it will continue only to send to those that have an outstanding balance in their cart. If we did want to view, we'll head back and click our items tab to go back to the items tab. If we did want to view or maybe add in any marketplace items, we can click on our marketplace here. You can either filter by price, or you can scroll through the items and simply click add to event and then select whichever item type you'd like to add it as. So I'm going to have that as a live auction item. You can read more about how these marketplace items work by clicking over here, and it will go through the breakdown of how that item cost and the winners receive their items. Again, to go back to your items tab, you'll click on that items tab, and now we are back, and we can even see that item, since it was just added, automatically will go to a preview mode. So I can easily update that by itself by clicking on open item. And again, it is a live auction item, so someone will have to be in room in order to place their bid on this 2 nights in Palm Springs.